PerfomancemaX bidding strategies. Value or conversions. As you know, 80% of internet marketers already use PerfomancemaX as their main tool for generating conversions in Google Ads. But not everyone understands how bidding strategies work in PerfomancemaX. That's why we're making this video today. Today, I'm Yevhen Kolostenko, a Google advertising and analytics expert in Ukraine, here with you. So, there are two bidding strategies. The first is maximizing conversion value. This is a strategy focused on maximizing the gross revenue of your advertising campaign. Additionally, you can set an ROI efficiency parameter, ROI oriented. This is the amount of money you receive for every 100 monetary units invested in your advertising campaign. For example, if you set it to 500, then for every 100 monetary units, you will receive 500 hryvnias in revenue from your advertising campaign. If your goal is not value, but the number of conversions, then the second bidding strategy will suit you better, namely conversions, or as it is called in the system, maximize conversions. This strategy is focused on maximizing the number of conversions in your advertising campaign. Additionally, in this advertising strategy, you can set the desired cost per conversion for your business. Each of these strategies has its own effective features, namely different average order values, conversion costs, conversion quality, products sold, and most importantly, the percentage of advertising expenses relative to your online store's turnover. All of this becomes clear while managing the contextual advertising for your project. Or, let me tell you from my own experience, if you prioritize value, you will have a higher average order value. You will sell more expensive products, but the number of conversions will be lower. Here, it's up to you to choose. Why is that? Because the goal in an advertising campaign, the strategy of the campaign, is value. That's why Google will show more expensive products that will bring the maximum value to your advertising campaign. If you set the goal to maximize conversions, you'll get more conversions, but your average order value will be lower. Why? Because your strategy is focused on getting more conversions. That's why Google will promote products that are more likely to sell in this advertising campaign. These will be cheaper products. Cheaper products tend to sell more often. That's exactly how it works. As a result, you analyze what is more effective for your revenue or the number of conversions and choose what works best for you. Most people ask me about the cost per click in PerfomancemaX. The cost per click in PerfomancemaX is an indirect and uncontrollable factor. It is a consequential factor. In PerfomancemaX campaigns, we cannot set a maximum cost per click. It's simply impossible. The cost per click in PerfomancemaX is determined by two main factors. First, the results of the auctions, and second, the financial outcomes of your advertising campaign. There are cases when the value has already been achieved with a rather small amount of traffic. That's why sometimes the conversion is higher. Not the conversion, but the cost per click can be higher. And when it happens that the value isn't achieved and Google keeps looking for more and more traffic, then the cost of traffic becomes cheaper. That's how the cost per click works in PerfomancemaX. It's an indirect and uncontrollable factor. You monitor it, but you can't influence it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. This was Yevhen Kolostenko, an expert in Google advertising and analytics in Ukraine.